Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning to the world. This is Spot On with Vernon coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. From the beautiful country right here in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, what we say? With little but with Talawa. Yes, it is March 7, 2024. Yes, this is the People's Program, the People's University, and the People's Parliament. Stay with us for your spiritual and your social needs, because you know we support what is best for you. It's a People's Show where I listen to your concerns and I will leave no stone unturned until your issues are addressed. This is the place to find the experts to help you. This is a place for exciting discussions. This is a place to make sure that your voice is heard. This is the place to be spot on. Remember that if there are challenges in your communities or your town, your city, let me know. Tell me about it. And if you have persons in your community, persons who are giving outstanding community service, then let me know about them. If you go to a place, whether it's a government entity or a private sector entity, and they give you outstanding customer service, then please let me know. We want to encourage those who do well because, as they say, encouragement sweetens labor. Number to call is 876-968-8117. Let me remind you of that number again, 876-968-8117. All right, really great to have you this morning listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby. And of course, we start off with a great bit of music to really lift up your spirit. Then we'll get into Travel Talk, yes, with the People's Immigration Lawyer, openly, and then later on we'll be talking with Kamala Forbes Thomas, and she'll be taking a look at the parish council elections and, probably why persons are not getting involved, and if we want a country to run with integrity and honesty and everything, probably what role we can play. And of course, remember that you can be a part of the show. The number to call is 876-968-8117. Your friend Vernon Darby saying time to get off to a fine start with some great uplifting music this Thursday morning.
Hey!
Wake up Jamaica, wake up New York. Oh yes, wake up Toronto. Wake up London.
Hear my cry, oh Lord, attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I.
Oh yeah, that is higher than high. Come on, yes. And Mr. Hart is here with us. Also, where's Pastor? Where's Pastor hiding from me? Oh, he's just like us. Yeah. I know she's too short. I am too short, Pastor Boy. Or she just stood up, but I'm convinced that she's still seated. That is higher than high. Why did you drop the key of that song? It's too high for me, Mr. Hart. Special good morning to all the miserable people, all the cantankerous people. You need to change your ways. Come on. Live life and enjoy life. You don't get anything God in your heart, man. Cut out the cuss or what have you. Too much of that in Jamaica today. Hello, lady, going into the taxi. I tell the taxi man, good morning, taxi driver. Tell your pastor them good morning, no matter what do you. Come on, man. Remember, some manners take care of our will. So, yeah, man, when the people them come to the taxi say, good morning, man. Good, tell them good morning.
And a strong tower, and a strong tower from the enemy.
Hey, boss. You know, see the lady beside you is a pregnant woman, is a lady, a young boy. Get up and give the lady a seat, man. Get up and give the lady a seat, man. Yeah, man. Ah, lovely.
That is higher
Hello, sir. Is the lady going through the door of the supermarket? They walk in front of her. No, man. Hold back and hold the door for her. Make she go in, man. What do you?
for me. And a strong tower from the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed, only me. Come on, somebody needs to testify tonight. That is higher. From thou art been a shelter, glory to God, for thou hast been a shelter for me.
Oh, it's good to be here this Thursday. And tomorrow is Friday. By the time you look, you know, the week has ended. And one bit of good news this morning. You know, we continue to help persons who cry out for help, and especially those in the diaspora. Many of you need to find out what's happening in Jamaica, need to make contact, yes, and we've done a bit to get things done for you. One person transferred money, and he'll be on the show tomorrow. He's talking about that difficulty. Tell you, can you imagine you transfer your thousands of dollars to your account in Jamaica? It took almost a month. When I got involved, the person made contact with me, and this show is about helping people. And I'm proud to tell you that I got a message last night from a senior member of the bank, and the gentleman now has his money. And tomorrow he will be telling his story. You'll be surprised to know the challenges that those who are living overseas in the diaspora, the challenges that they have dealing with Jamaica and dealing with institutions sometimes. And the election continues. Or, not yet, so. And I understand, well, this morning they should have been having this swearing in of the mayor and the deputy mayor. Of course, there's a tie in the number of divisions won by the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. And when that happens, the party with the majority votes, they would now be able to select the mayor, and the other party will select the deputy mayor. You wait until we have 4 or 5 parties. That system can't work, We have to look at that, because suppose one day we have 4 or 5 parties. How do you deal with that? Anyhow, that's for the future, but we have to plan for that. But I understand that in the Kintyre, the PNP who won by about 20 votes, the JP plan to contest that one, and they feel that they can overturn the results there. And also, I think there's another one, Mavis Bank, yes. The margin there is pretty narrow. And when you have a narrow margin and if you go to court, the judge will now rule that probably some of the votes which were classified as spoiled, the judge might rule, no, that's not a spoiled vote. So nothing to be suspicious of, and they call that the magisterial recount. And that is normal. Whenever you have a close, the votes are close in terms of the candidates, then they normally go for a magisterial recount. There's some, and also I was told, I'm not able to verify this, but I got this from a very reliable source, that a returning officer actually removed the polling division to somewhere else. Now, I've never heard of that happening before, and if it has happened, there should be a procedure as to how that is done. And the complaint is that they moved the PD, and by moving the PD, there are many persons who obviously probably wouldn't even know where it's gone to, and also they would not be able to go to the new place where the PD is. So that is something I need to check about someone. We follow up on that. And those of you who are listening, you'll understand, that it is important to deal with these things, because, when it comes to peace and, stability in the country, if these things are not sorted out, it can lead to trouble and war and contention. we notice what is happening in Haiti, and it is very serious. I was listening to a presenter this morning, and I understand that if the president or the prime minister is unable his plane is unable to land in Haiti. And please understand that what happens anywhere in the world will impact us, especially Haiti is right next door. And I do believe that CARICOM has been sitting around too long, and the problem in Haiti has continued for too long. And I don't want people to feel that because I think Haiti is one of the first countries to become independent. They're fighters, they're fighters. But then, although they became independent, they had to pay significant funds to France. And this left the country really in a very poor state. So basically, when you have poverty and you rip off a country like that, then stability cannot be ensured. So right now, if you ask me, Haiti is now a failed state. And my position is this, is that if another country doesn't take over Haiti, and this is where CARICOM could take over, all the countries in CARICOM could treat this country, but they do with me, because you'd have to carry an army and everything inside you and get rid of those gangs. You take it over, you install a government, and that's just not going to go back to colonial days, except they will be abusing them. And then you have people trained and educated until they can take over. Just to have elections in Haiti, and you believe that all the democratic process worked and you install a government, mark my word, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Democracy don't just come about like that. So there will be need, and I think the best thing to do is for CARICOM countries to take over Haiti. Yes, take it over. Probably by force too, supported by other persons. And then you run that country for the next probably 10, 15 years. So that they can get into the whole culture of having a democracy. Then they could probably have a premier or whatever you want, and you help them to develop a system. It is my opinion that is the only thing that's going to work. All right, you're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby. It's now time to go for the break. So come back. Don't move.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bay West Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
Create a classic stone look to top off your mahogany and espresso cupboard. The eye-catching appeal of granite, marble, dolomite, and the traditional quartz embodies your creativity for perfection. Sturdy, impervious to scratches and bacteria, with low maintenance and requires no sealing. Select from a wide variety of stones at 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue, 2 roads below Amara Road. Garrett Trading and Installation. Call 876-634-9773-4. Design your style.
Sheena Power Talk, make you start to walk.
Get your aunties, get your uncles, get your brothers and your sisters, gather the girls, gather the boys. Sheena Lynn Hansen is on your radio with Power Talk, motivation, inspiration, and empowerment. Tune in every Tuesday at 11:15 a.m. It's a Power Talk and a Power Connection. Power up your spirit, man, with Power Talk. This is your Damascus Road encounter. Come and experience a mighty move of God right here on Power Talk.
Sheena Power Talk.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
Welcome back. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. And time is really slipping by. It's now 10:18 Eastern Standard Time. And it's now time to have the beautiful lady on the special feature. Yes, Travel Talk. Good morning, openly immigration lawyer and realtor. How are you this morning? Great to have you. Oh, Paul, where art thou? Oh, Paul, where art thou? Listeners, I think we're having some challenges, but just bear with us. I never can tell. She's somewhere up there in the clouds, so she should be landing anytime now. But hold on, this is now March, and April 1 is coming up. Don't forget, check about those fees, because she had mentioned before that some fees are going to increase. So make sure you check that out, and whatever you need to do it as quickly as possible, so that you can probably escape those fees. And with what is happening in America, we don't know what is going to happen. Mr. Trump, I gather, can now, the Supreme Court has ruled that he can now participate in the next presidential election. So it means, therefore, he could be the next president. And we know his position on immigration. So those persons who are thinking of migrating, make sure you do things the right way, and get your act together so you can make your move as fast as possible, because if I'm almost certain that if he becomes the next president, you're probably going to see more stringent rules and regulations relating to immigration to the United States. As a matter of fact, generally the impression that I'm getting is that there's a sort of general anti-feeling towards immigrants in the United States. And those who are in the States and you have not filed for citizenship, I would advise that you do that. There are many persons I know who are very reluctant to file for citizenship because they feel as if they're unpatriotic to their country. No, man. You can be a citizen of the United States and also Jamaica. All right, the beautiful lady, very informed lady, is on the line. Good morning. Opally, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Vernon. I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Now, Barbara, I chat. Me never been a chat since, but if I've been talking to you for such a long time, I think somebody brightness probably brush off on me. So I was telling them that Mr. Supreme Court has ruled that Mr. Trump can be one of the candidates for the elections.
Yes.
And also, it is possible that he can win. The first time he became president, before that, many persons said, in the country. I remember saying that he probably can. He did. So, and we know his position on immigration matters. So, those who have ears to hear, let them hear.
Right. And actually, he did promise. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at something here. It says Trump promises mass deportations of undocumented migrants and immunity for cops who get them out. So we already know this was his rhetoric all along. But
what's the immunity for cops? What do you mean? What he means by that? I don't know if I'm following that.
Oh, okay. So meaning, okay, you know how normally immigration is federal, meaning, only federal people can act. Normally state, police is state and state specific. Usually they don't have any authorities to be arresting people or immigrants because of their immigration status, right? They can lock you up, for example, if you're driving without license and all that stuff. So state specific. Matters. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So now that's what Trump is basically stating, that listen, mass deportations, whatever it is, we're getting everybody out. And even if a cop who overstep their place and go do that and put you in removal, immunity for them, whoever has been doing that.
Presidential pardon. I hear it. And then the wall, which probably came tumbling down, the wall will probably go up again, but then I say, all you have to get his little plane and just jump in it and just fly over. That might be.
But you know something? Mm-hmm. but it's true. But you know something, Vernon, a lot of people, and even in Jamaica as well, they'll say, "Oh, waste of time to go vote because everybody's the same and people are different." And you know, people it's going to it's going to be the same old thing, right? So some people don't vote, or people vote in a different way, not because of the party or the policies, but they vote maybe because they don't like a particular candidate or something.
Correct.
And that's not the right reason to vote. But here's the thing, is that what the Trump and his people are doing, they look at to be honest, they look at the bigger picture, because the thing is that, you know, Trump is smart in terms of, you notice when he was in power, how many Supreme Court justices he got appointed during his time. So even though you might not like certain things that he would do, that's why some of his party members, no matter what, they're still going to vote Republican, because at the end of the day, whoever Republican, whichever whoever party's president is in power, they get to go ahead and nominate the justices. And remember, we only have 9 Supreme Court justices, and so right now,
and they sit
majority,
there for life.
guess what? So guess what? They get to call the shots. So what you just started off the program by stating that the Supreme Court justices state, what do they state? That he has what? He can go ahead and do. And what are the majority of them who appointed them?
Trump.
There we go.
So Trump will always Trump.
So it's the same thing. They look at the bigger picture at the end of the day. Sometimes they really don't like him, but the parties, they're always going to vote for their, their candidate, because at the end of the day, if anything else should happen to any of these other Supreme Court justices, while their party is in power, they get to, oh my God, can you imagine the 9 justices turn into all Republican? Oh my goodness. I mean, Republican appointed.
And they're human beings. As much as we talk about the law, at that level, they have the ability to interpret the law.
Exactly.
And if they have that ability to interpret the law, then they are going to interpret it the way their party probably wants it to be interpreted.
And on that, because that's something that I was going to mention with Texas. Texas had, I think the Texas Senate bill. I don't know if you saw that.
I think I heard about that.
It's a controversial piece of legislation that will basically give state police. We were just talking about that, but the state police the ability to arrest and deport people suspected of unlawfully crossing from the Mexico to Texas border. So it was basically given the police. So right now the Supreme Court have blocked the law from going into effect, but it is only until March 13th. So they're still So basically what they're saying, if that goes into effect, police can now go ahead and
I guess we would understand that when it comes to the border, it's national, but your state, you're responsible for your state. But then, although it's a national border, it can be held that it's the border of our state.
That's what they're looking into.
I'm no lawyer. I'm just trying to
twist things a bit, but that's where we're at, where that is concerned.
And of course, you say March 1, you have some increases coming up, so persons have to remember that.
Not March 1, April 1.
So me really turn up April Fool, What about March 1 and March 1 gone long time. So just remind us about that. April 1?
Right, April 1, the new fee structure goes into place. So for example, one of the most important ones and a very common one, I should say, is people who are in the United States and looking to adjust, maybe because you're married to a U.S. citizen, for example, or you have a child who is at least 21 years old and filing for you, and you're in the United States, that I should say. Right now, the fee for the total package is $1,760. That's for the fees.
You have to specify, make sure U.S. dollars.
U.S. dollars, $1,760.
Right.
Come April 1, that will now be $3,005.
And don't you, because April 1 is All Fools Day, and not no fool about that one.
Exactly. So yes, so be warned. If you're eligible right now to adjust, you need to go ahead and submit that application now, and especially if you want to be able to travel while the green card application is pending. You can travel if you apply for a travel permit. Right now, it's free, meaning it's no additional cost if you are filing the adjustment. But come April 1, the reason why the fee has gone up a little bit on the whole package is because you have to pay a separate $660. So that's included.
Time has slipped by. Any final point? And just to tell our listeners.
Well, that's the final point. That's the final point. So it's openly. All right, so it's Opal Lee. Our phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That is 876-854-3599. In the United States, it is 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. Remember, we have offices in Lauderhill and Fort Lauderdale. Our website.
Oh yes, well, by the way, we are live in Lauderhill, so.
There we go. So, yeah. So, Lauderhill and Fort Lauderdale, we got you. Our website, finally, is www.flowjamlegal.com. Thanks as always, Vernon. Enjoy
and you
your
have
rest of your
forgotten
day.
something.
Oh,
that
no.
you're not only
What
an
is that?
immigration lawyer, you're a realtor. Ah!
Yes, there we go. In Jamaica, I'm a realtor, yes.
It's between assistant lawyer now.
Exactly. Thank you so much for the promo.
Right. Thank you. All the best, Opal Lee. You have a wonderful day. That has been a Travel Talk with Opal Lee. I'm your friend, Vernon Darby. This is Spot On with the Vernon Darby. Going for the break. Stay with us when we come back. We'll be talking to a very interesting lady. Yeah, Miss Thomas. She quite au fait with the political system. I'm going to look at basically the parish council election. Or I should say parish council. Not parish council. It's the local government election. So stay with us. We'll come back. Don't move.
I'm just roaming around all over this land.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bay West Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
Get quality cars from Acorn Sales Auto Limited, located at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Need a car from Japan or United Kingdom or special order? Call 876-616-4777 or WhatsApp 876-333-5555. They assist with registration, transfer, and license. Just visit Acorn Sales Auto at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center for quality cars at competitive prices.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Asden Supercenter is the place to be. Regal Plaza Kingston and Linstead. We have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Asden Supercenter, we're gonna make you smile. Asden Supercenter, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Blessings. Have you been blessed by the Real Talk Show with Bishop Manning? Well, you can listen to the Real Talk Show Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the Omega Radio app. Just go to your app store and look for Omega Radio, or listen live on the Omega Church Broadcasting Network website. That's www.omegachurchradio.com. You can also watch on Facebook at Omega Church. On YouTube, you can watch the live church service at Omega Church or Omega Radio. You can also call us at 876-319-1148 or 876-613-9129. The toll-free number is 877-494-0253. That was a paid advertisement by Omega Radio.
We want justice. We want justice.
You have been asking for justice. Well, get justice. The Ministry of Justice presents Get Justice, a radio feature focused on giving Jamaicans information on how to resolve their conflicts. The series will highlight the justice services of the ministry to include social justice, estate planning, legal aid, and expungement. Join the discussion by calling in or participating via their social media pages at MOJ Official JM on X, formerly called Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Get Justice with the Ministry of Justice every Monday at 10 a.m. on KLAS FM.
We facilitate good relations.
Welcome back. Yes, you're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica, that beautiful country in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Yes, we're little, but we Talawa. All right, coming up right now is My Representative. And of course, we have on the line, yes, Kamala Forbes Thomas. Good morning. How are you this morning?
I am great. How are you doing?
So, like you have a whole of money, you're great. You're not giving none of the money.
Being great is a state of mind. Not
I love that one. Being great. You mean there's something that whole of money and the frame of mind stay bad, buddy. Oh, that mercy. Just have it. So, where are you now? On the road?
I'm actually about to get to my office. I wanted to be at the office for you, but I'm a little behind time. But I should be there in about a minute, so I'm not too far off.
Right.
But I'm good. Yeah.
No, I want to have a conversation with you. Of course, I was on a program with Kamala with some friends from overseas, and I must tell you, she has political connections, but when it comes to her analytical ability, first class and very objective, you know. And help me to understand who you are. You are a member of the PNP?
Yes,
or
I
JLP?
am.
Okay. You're a candidate?
PNP. No, I'm not. Never been in representation. Not interested in representation.
Oh, that's interesting.
I prefer to be behind the scenes.
Behind the
you know,
scenes.
some people don't understand that not everybody who is involved in politics wants to be in representation. Not all of us are fighting for a position.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, you're abnormal because everybody looking in position. And when they get in there, by God, the only stretcher can take them out.
Well, to be honest, I've been offered, but I'm just not interested for family reasons and such.
And plus, it's not easy. No, the last election, some people say they're parish, but it's not really parish because it's municipal or local government election.
Local government, right.
Very interesting, but I must tell you that I wasn't surprised at all. And as I said before, that because I realized that it was going to be close, the man Don Anderson, I respect him. He was my lecturer at college. And I don't say polls can be, I would say polls are wrong. Polls are taken at a particular time. It's a snapshot.
Right, it's a snapshot
time.
in time. Mm-hmm.
But you can't disregard it. So, but because it was saying that things are going to be close, it means everybody should be prepared for it. It means also that the electoral office should be prepared. The political parties should be prepared. And the people should be prepared.
I agree.
What happened was that it came out very close. Some councillors, some of them win by 20 seats, some less than that. But I'm wondering if the electoral office of Jamaica was that prepared, how the parties, how they taking it. I want to talk about that. We go right up until about, say, 10:50 or so. So, your take on things.
Well, I agree with you in terms of the underpreparedness of the electoral office. I don't think they took it too seriously. I've been around for a while and I've never seen an election. Well, as you said, it was very close.
Mm-hmm.
But for a decision, and I get the impression that they were under a lot of pressure, political pressure. Because, I mean, normally the EOJ is not so politically involved in anything. They normally just tell you as it is and keep it moving. But it's almost as if they're being pressured to say who won an election. And really and truly, that's not the mandate of the EOJ. The mandate of the EOJ is to give you the results and you form your own opinion based on the results.
That's a question. I can't. Hold on. I wonder if you can answer that question. Careful, though, you know. Those are their pressure. Probably it's a matter of inexperience.
It could be inexperience.
Because I had the same problem too. Why they're so keen? All you need to do is to give the results. As a matter of fact, I've said it on air already, that when I saw trouble coming, I made contact with them, spoke to the public relations officer, sent a message to the chairman, expressed my concerns. I told them about the website, which I think was poorly designed. I tell them about persons need to know where they're going to vote and how they should change the website. I went as far as even to design what it ought to look like. They don't pay me no mind. They don't pay me no mind.
Because you see, whoever their contractor is, I think they have a contractor. I don't know if it's the Indian people, I'm not sure, but I'm not. I'm very flummoxed by all of this because,
Yes.
as I said to you, it's the first in history I've seen this. I've never seen this before. And worse, the fact is, they wanted to sell the rights. They didn't want to. They did sell the rights to the media.
Well, guess what? If you came on this program and told me that, I would tell you outright that you're telling a lie.
Well, I heard it out of Mr. Brown's mouth myself.
No, I want you. You're supposed to be a bright person. Give me a good
Right.
reason. The people's information like that. You tell me why we allowed media houses to buy it. But I
makes
didn't
no
know until
sense.
I asked for it, When I asked for it, I was told,
It makes absolutely no sense. I've never heard. This is public information,
yes,
and they're selling public information.
a government entity.
A government
Information,
entity.
and you're in the heart of the democratic process, and where information can help to enhance the democratic process, and you're selling it.
I've never heard of this before. Nowhere else. And I was quite shocked to hear that this is not, it's been always happening. That's the worst part. It's been happening for quite a while.
But
That's
I'm
the
asking
norm.
myself how it has been happening and people keep so quiet
We
about
don't know. We don't know. But even the media houses themselves haven't said anything about it. Because when I heard it the other day, it was the first I was hearing it.
it. Probably don't
I
say
was
anything about
quite
it because,
horrified.
come on, you're like politics, and you think that politics is only into politics. If I can have the money to buy the data and get out my competitors, why would I want everybody to get it free? No, sir.
Probably this model existed before the widespread use of social media. But
Yeah.
the information should have been available on social media for
Yeah,
all
man.
to see.
And by the way,
DOJ
and guess
should have
what?
placed it there.
What I found shocking was that the results in one era was flipped. Means therefore, that is unbelievable. Are you telling me that you have a system of somebody is verifying? And if it was on the internet, then everybody, the political parties, everybody could see the figures as a whole of what is happening. But because only a few.
A lot of errors. There are a lot of errors in the entire presentation of the data. It was just disorganized, basically chaka-chaka.
And because
I expect more from the EOJ than this.
And because it was sold to certain media houses, that is why one media house was jump ahead and say, because they must get confidential information, and I don't know, to say that so and so is the winner. And guess what?
Indeed.
What we suspect should be the winning party start to ball, and the one that we suspect not supposed to win start jump for joy, which tells you when information is not readily available, one individual can turn the whole of into idiot.
Thank you. Exactly.
So,
exactly so.
I'm going to make a special appeal that information, and government information in general, when we pay our taxes, there are some things that are confidential. If we're not selling that data, I wonder what else we're not selling.
Exactly. And especially in this time where everything is data-driven. You understand?
Yes, yes.
So
I tell you what, the time is short today. We're going to go for the break short. But you have some more points coming. But I might just book next week, because we have to look at it next week again. And then I have to get somebody from the other side. Public. Although this is not really a political discussion. I want to make it known that you're supporter of it. Now tell me some other concerns you have. But I must tell you, the EOJ need to fix up his house. I need to go more with the technology, and that when the voting is finished at a PD or for a PD, that must be entered into like your phone or iPad, and then somebody is supposed to go in and confirm it. And to confirm it, they must have documents there, show the votes. And those documents, I don't know how it works, but there must be somebody who sign off on those counts.
It just looks too disorganized. There's too much room left for speculation.
Too much. And the moment you start to do certain things, like I had to tell them that the director is not an analyst. Therefore, if somebody asks you, what do you think?
He should not have an opinion.
That's not your job.
Exactly. That's my entire point. The EOJ's mandate is not to discuss who won an election or even to say who won an election.
Yes.
The mandate is simply to present the data.
Present the facts.
Just like statin. Statin is not there to interpret data. Statin is there to present the data, and then you have PIOJ that is there to interpret the data. Two different entities.
And then you have analysts out there. We have more than enough analysts. All of everybody, every vote out there is an analyst.
Everybody's an analyst nowadays.
And let me tell you something why they must stop. And you must make sure you exert some influence. You must stop the selling of data. Because if you sell the data, it means, therefore, if a media house is aligned to a political party, and because they purchase the data from you, then you know are going to quick to give them an interview because they become your client.
Exactly.
And then it could be said that you're getting special treatment.
Exactly.
Hold on. This man. I just copied that. This is very serious, Kamala.
Yeah.
It's more serious than I thought. And you have 2 more minutes before we go for the break. You tell me the other concerns. Whether next week we're going to probably look at this stuff. Well, by then, hopefully, everything would have finished and done with it. We probably talk next week.
Well, aside from the length of time that the data was took, I mean, you see...
I tell you what, we have to go. We're going to come back. Hang on, and we'll come back and we'll spend another probably 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes. All right, you're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. My very special guest is Kamala Forbes Thomas. Soon come back. Don't move.
Three Angels Pharmacy, the premier provider of quality pharmaceutical care, opens every day except Saturday. Located at shop number 7, 7B Caledonia Road, Mandeville, call 625-5584. The temperature by Three Angels Pharmacy is
30 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Bun to me cheese, give me yummy. Bun to me cheese, give me yummy. Don't stop at just a one slice, please. No other bun, perfect for me. Yummy. For real Jamaican flavor and quality for sure this Easter. Make yummy the bun to your cheese. Yummy. Give me yummy. Yummy. Give me yummy. For the Easter, yummy bun sita. Yummy for me family, yummy for me, sir. Bun to me cheese, yummy. Bun to me cheese, best bun. Give me yummy.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Asden Super Center is the place to be. Regal Plaza Kingston and Linstead. We have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Asden Super Center, we're gonna make you smile. Asden Super Center, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Welcome back. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. My very special guest is Kamala Forbes Thomas, who is quite involved in the political system and quite versed in terms of what's happening. And let's go back to Kamala for her to give us her take on the local government elections.
Yes, I'm here.
So go ahead.
All right. Yeah, man. So I was saying before the break that, normally the recount, all of this procedure happens and we don't pay attention to it normally because the election would have been decided from the preliminary count on the first night, but because of how close everything was, this is why, it appears disorganized. However, it was handled badly from the outset.
Could I tell you something else? Yeah. I set up a group, a communication link to all the radio stations and said to them that the director could use it so that you could send out information to all the media.
Exactly.
So you don't pick on one media, and it could be said that because, they pay you.
They pay.
And I must tell you that
it's dirty system. I do agree
it was
with
not
that.
accepted, and I must tell you, we have about probably 12 radio stations who are part of that group. They did not. And I said to them, you will see what will happen. Because I expected the challenges. It was close, and exactly as I said, happened.
Exactly.
And when you have one direct link, all you have to do, is send a voicemail to everybody. When everybody starts to interview you, you say one thing, you can end up saying one thing on one station and another thing on another station.
Or you set up your NCU as the EOJ. They should have had a media center, set up everything, and then distribute the feed, and so that all other media houses would have access to it.
Exactly.
But who want to stream it? Because you have to remember, you also have informal stations that would want access to the information.
Exactly, because they don't have the money. They are deprived of that. No, man.
Exactly. So when you sell those rights now to TVJ, who kept making or the RGR Communications Group, who kept making mistakes, errors, and then you sell it to Nationwide, and you know that I won't even go down that road. You put yourself in a position where an entire nation.
Well, I'm proud to tell you what I did, because when I realized that they were not providing the information, that I heard the incorrect information, you know what I did? I go back and forth and pick up the correct figures, put them together, and I sent it out immediately.
But
and that's not my job. The EOJ should do that.
Thank you, because if they had a media center, this would have been easy.
And if they had a media center, it's clear that it wasn't functional.
Well, if they have a media center that is not functional, they don't have a media center.
You're terrible. You're awful. Well, I'm going to send this recording to them, so that they can listen and learn. Because I want them who believe that what we keep on doing, we keep on appointing persons, and we're about to do another appointment to a very important position. We appoint persons. I heard someone in the media talking about, yes, the person is very qualified. Guess why they are qualified, Kamala? For the job. You know why they're qualified?
Why are they qualified?
Because they have only one degree.
but that cannot be the only qualification.
Well,
experience.
I will say you can have only one degree, but to what degree you have common sense? That's another degree.
That is right.
That
is right.
And I thought about the position of commissioner, and I will tell you, I believe that certain positions, when you're going to have them, I'd love them like in the States, to go to Parliament, and anybody, even other citizens, can go there and question them. Right now, the position of commissioner is now open, and I hear about the persons out front. And I, Vernon Darby, can tell you, I have many questions about one person.
Yes.
And I can tell you, if the nation knows, then that person ought not be even considered for the position. But then?
Well, I see in the media today that they're zoning in on one person. So I don't really know the person per se, but let us see what happens.
And then democracy should not be just about going and vote. You're going to have a commissioner of police. You're going to have certain other positions in the country. The people need to have a say. Even your laws, when your laws are going to be made, you should have at least a number of months where you have to go around the country, educate the people, and before you even go to Parliament and discuss it. But you discuss it in Parliament and then you educate after. Take it or leave it. That's not democracy. That's not democracy.
I don't know what we have, what we call democracy, but what
I can tell what we have. Democracies. We need to fix things. But things are not as bad as some countries, but we need to improve it. I want Jamaica to be a model in the whole world. And the Electoral Commission is a model which other countries have looked at. But we mustn't.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we mustn't rest on our laurels and say everything.
It used to be a model, but with what happened recently, boy, I don't know this. And what perplexed me is the fact that they were complaining that the voter turnout was so low. So suppose the voter turnout was 11% more.
You should be in planning,
Had predicted. Well, 12, because he said he expected as 41%.
Yes.
So suppose it did up there. So what would have happened? They would have been unable to basically conduct everything.
You have to probably cancel the elections.
Fall apart.
You'd have to cancel elections. You're absolutely right, But Kamala, What you probably need to do, by the way, you love politics, but you're into what? You practice physiotherapy?
I'm a practicing physiotherapy and nutritional consultant.
So like, oh, my knee, I give it trouble, I know. You know if I need or what?
Certainly, definitely. I've been a physiotherapist for 23 years.
Hello. Don't come on the program and mislead people.
Oh, Lord.
Unless it's a long time picture you put up there. Eh?
No, that picture was last year.
Oh, well, say. So God bless you with a youthful look.
Yes, I've been very blessed, and I'm a practicing vegan for the past 10 years, so that helps.
Oh, yes, that helps a lot.
Yes.
By the way, I understand that you write a number of books, or you've written a number of books?
Yes, I have.
Well?
Mostly in the field. Mostly available on Amazon. I've written one that's a bestseller now, which is The Sweetest Conspiracy, The Great Sugar Dilemma, which is about sugar addiction.
Really? If you'd contact me before, I'd have given you another title. What's sweet you will sour you?
Well, I wrote that book from 2018, so this year is 6 years since that book has been
in
the market. But mostly it's sold in places where people are more interested in these things, and unfortunately Jamaicans tend to not be.
Yeah, we don't read. We don't read. And,
yeah.
And that is quite sad. But you might have to write a book about the election and the mix-up.
Well, I certainly intend to write a book about my experiences in politics.
Oh, that's very important. Very, very important.
I've been involved now in
by the way,
Jamaica for the last.
By the way, just before I have to go, you know that the KCC swinging has been cancelled for today, I understand.
Yes, I did. I heard.
Also interesting.
Magisterial recount.
And interesting things happened there in Clarendon. Mr. Mirage will not be going back as mayor.
I heard that as well. I heard that he's being replaced by one
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams, right.
Oh, you know everything, so I understand.
Well, I have my ears to the ground. So
well, both of us have our ears to the ground. You see how live go? All right, I want to thank you. The final point, you only have 1 second. Any final point you want to make before you leave us?
All right, well, basically, I'm just very happy to see that the ruling party realizes that they can't take us for granted anymore. The power is in the finger, as I said to people. Your vote is
correction, both parties.
Well, the bottom line is...
go quickly after Vernon, I should interrupt you.
We had one party that really started to get arrogant these
days.
Yes. And so as a result...
Good. I have to run now.
Okay, no problem.
I want to thank you very much. But next week we'll talk again. So please, back that time. Kamala Forbes, Thomas, thank you very much. It was really great talking with you today.
Take care.
All right, we have to go now. Let me see. Now. Oh, yes, I have not mentioned our weather. Yes, significant feature, high pressure ridge across Jamaica. Dry and stable conditions are expected across Jamaica over the next few days. A 24-hour forecast, mainly sunny this morning and in the afternoon, and tonight it will be mainly fair. And for birthdays, Rosemary Kesto, yes, she celebrates her birthday today. Lily Long, that lady up to all 95, she was still driving. You know, can you imagine taking our bus? I must make contact with her later on. So Lily Long from Harborview, she really has done pretty well. Charlene Summers there at the Andrews Memorial Hospital, the pharmacy. You have a wonderful day. Akil Martin, not your brother, just hailing you up. So if anybody is listening to me who knows him, tell Akil that Vernon Darby hail him up today. On a very sad note, I understand that Marcia Erskine, a well-known person in the PR field, communications field, I've been informed that she has passed on. Mr. Height, thank you very much. Pastor Boyne, thank you very much. And thanks to all my listeners, my sponsors, staff, and everybody. You have a wonderful day. Remember this, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when funds are low and debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Vernon Darby saying to you, I love you all. Walk good, my friend.
If you need a prescription filled, Gold Line Pharmacy at Main Street, Chapelton, Clarendon guarantees fast service at a great price. You will find gifts, household items, cosmetics, and stationery too. When you are looking for fast, friendly service, visit Gold Line Pharmacy.